Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if you're joining me today and you've been joining me all the way along, I really do appreciate you coming and following me. And if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel if you're doing it through my YouTube channel. And if not, if you're through my Facebook group, make sure that you basically give StreamYard permission, and that way I know who I'm talking to. But in any event, it's Wednesday, it's Mystery Wednesday, and yes, I remembered to put up the clues for today. And this has been a very, very hectic day for anybody in the Stampin' Up world because this is the day when we find out what's retiring, we find out what our new colors are, and we also get to see what's new in our annual catalog. And a lot of things are coming back and a lot of things are going. Am I crying about a few things? Oh, yes. But you know what? Life goes on. And you know what? You just embrace it, right? In any event, so it's Mystery Wednesday, and my clues happen to be a gift tag, an envelope, and kindness. Now, when I originally was going to do this, my thought process, and I never even thought about the retirement list, my thought process was to make something for when I go on the cruise to Norway that I can give out as just to put some slips of money in or that sort of stuff. So I'm still going to go along that line, but I am going to have to use something else. I know, Pam, Evening Evergreen is one of those things that it's going to be very, very sad. It is very sad that it is retiring, but honestly, we kind of knew that was going to happen. But it's such a popular color that I think it's going to come back in 5 years. I know we have to be patient, but it's something that I don't know. It's just something that we're going to have to live with. I am shocked at one of the current retiring colors that is coming back, but you know what? They have a method. They know what they're doing. So you know what? We got to kind of live by that. So on these next videos that I'm going to be doing now until everything's retired is probably you're going to be seeing some stuff that's staying, some stuff that's retiring. You're going to see colors that are retiring, but I'm going to let you know as much as I can about what's retiring and what isn't retiring. And trust me, those lists are really, really big. It is called the last chance list, and there is an awful lot of discounts on things. But if you wait until April the 4th to get those discounts, because those discounts don't start until April the 4th, they may be gone. And I can specifically say that about your colors. So if you're wanting any colors, I strongly suggest that you get those colors now. Another thing, and this is earth-shattering news, to me it was, is the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus and all of its tools are retiring. So if you don't have one of those fantastic tools, make sure you get it. Now, I can let you in on some news that we got about the Stamparatus. It's not because it's not a good seller. It's not because it's a bad tool. It's because as soon as a company is involved in any sort of legal sort of stuff, and trust me, I was on that the L2L team that developed the Stamparatus, and it took a long time. So they were going in to get it patented and everything else, and there's some sort of a complication legally wise. I have no idea what it is, and no speculation or anything else like that. But honestly, it's because there's something involved legally. And I would think that somebody's trying to say that Stampin' Up copied them, but honestly, ours was really so much different than everybody else's. So it's tough. But if you want a Stamparatus, I swear, I say, get it now. And another thing is, if you want the magnets, get them now because they're the best magnets around. The grid paper, the mat, like I say, the Stamparatus is an amazing tool. All right, so I am going to make, and I don't know if I'm going to be using these now for the ship. I may have to come up with another idea to give, and they're just little things to give, right? But I wanted to use this mini pocket die, hence the envelope. So I was really a mystery. So Pam, I know that you're wanting to know something with an envelope. I do have lots of different things that you can do with envelopes, but this was my thought process. So this is retiring, and I believe it's at a discount as of April the 4th. Another thing that I am just devastated that's retiring are the framed florets. That means that we're back out of not having any ovals. So that's something else. And I used it yesterday in my technique. This bundle and the stamps and the dies are retiring. But guess what? Those soft pastels that I used yesterday are not. So go figure. All right. So let me get my stuff that we're going to make this from. So I've gone ahead and I've cut some stuff out and that sort of stuff. I have, like I say, I'm going to miss these ovals is something I'm really going to miss. Yes. Well, I made sure that I did have them. So anyways, this is what that envelope looks like when it's cut out. So I'm just going to actually come in with my silicone mat, and I'm going to come in and I want to score this. And I want to score this piece up here too. And I'm going to finger fold it to begin with to get it going. And then when we go to put this, oh, and I want to finger fold this one here to get it going as well. Now, the best way to put this together is with our tear and tape. Now, where is my tear and tape? I just had it. I brought it out. So far, none of that sort of stuff is retiring, but I'll tell you, there is so many things that are actually coming back. So if you bought quite a bit from the J to A mini catalog, they are coming back, and that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to put this off to the side here. I've got that silicone mat down there because it kind of overlaps a little bit on here, and we're going to fold it back on itself. Well, I bought extra magnets, that's for sure. You know, you can break them. They can just go together and they just break. I think it's going to come back. Honestly, I really do think it's going to come back. It's just one of those things that once the legal matters are all done with, yeah, it'll come back. So we're just going to burnish those down, and let's just take this up. You know, it's so sad because Stampin' Up has all those companies that are fracturing in, or, you know, horning in on their making dies to stamp sets, like Wish, for example. They're so hard to prove. So by people buying those dies, it's really causing a lot of havoc. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that over, and I'm going to fold this down, and then we're just going to stick it together. And this does have a bit of a gap that'll give you like a bit so that you can stuff something in there. So, and the best thing to stuff in there is cash, right? Not well, bills, right? All right, so this is Balmy Blue. And guess what? Balmy Blue is not retiring. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, so then I did cut one of these ovals, and that's going to go on there. And so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to stamp this image here, this one. I love this image. I'm going to stamp that in Memento. I just quickly saw the retiring list, so shocked at some that are returning. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that. And then I have the leaf one as well. And I probably should have had this on the paper piercing mat. There we go. And then I can cut those out, but I've already gone ahead and cut those out. So I've got this one and I've got a couple of the leaves. That just saves the time. So just like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color my flowers in the balmy blue and mint macaron. But guess what? The mint macaron, the color mint macaron is retiring. So if you want anything that's in mint macaron, like the blends, the re-inker, the ink pad, the paper, it's retiring. And it's going to go sooner than later. It's not going to wait until the very end. I'll tell you that right now. It just doesn't. Every year when they announce the colors, they go so fast. And we knew that, like soft succulent, you can't even get the Stampin' Blends for soft succulent now because they're already sold out. But we all know that as demonstrators, and we probably have been telling you for a few months now. So I'm just going to color these leaves in the mint macaron. It is kind of exciting because you've got like the best of both worlds where you can tell you that some things are coming back. I tend not to focus too much on the things that are coming back. I am really happy that Petal Park is sticking around. I'm so happy about that. All right, so we have that. Oh, and let's color these. Especially with our class of Petal Park at the end of the month. So, but they're not anything that's in a bundle in the catalogs right now are not going to be sold as a bundle in the new catalogs. So that's one thing to remember. So we're just going to do a tiny bit of shading on here. I actually just replaced my mint macaron markers, blends. And some of the colors returning are amazing colors. Some are a little shocking. But you can't like every color, that's for sure. You can like most of them. Blueberry Bushel, if you remember, Blueberry Bushel is coming back. Not a color that I wasn't fond of any of those colors that year. Interesting in colors this year. Very interesting, actually. So, like I say, mint macaron is retiring. But, whoops, I just want to come back in and do this. The balmy blue isn't, and I was afraid that one was. Another one that is retiring that I am so upset about is Bermuda Bay. But at least the Calypso Coral, which is one of my brand colors for my my blog and everything, at least it's still around. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to play. And I can't wait to get my hands on some of the new stuff, that's for sure. But these framed florets, very, very hard to believe that they're going. Whoops, when we've had them for such a short period of time. So just okay, let me just go in and yeah, so but over the weeks I'll be showing what's retiring. And hopefully when I go about to do them, that they're still available, right? That's the hardest thing, because this is going on a blog in about 2.5 weeks. So maybe by that time it won't be available. Who knows? Okay. So there we have that. And really, I should probably go in and just, I don't know what's happening with this. I dropped these. You know what? I'm just going to leave that like that. Now, what I also did, because of this being on the back, I kind of wanted it to be covered. So I did cut 2 of these so that that won't show on the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that. honestly, I'm not upset about certain colors. I think the only one that really hit me was probably the Bermuda Bay. But honestly, it's all change. It's all good, right? All right, so this is going to go on to here, and I think I'll put maybe this on here. And now what we want to do is we need a tag, or a gift tag is what I said. So I interpreted a tag as one of these tailor-made tags. And guess what? They're sticking around. So that's a good thing, right? So I'm going to come and I'm going to stamp a sentiment. And this is the kindness part. And this is from Celebrating You. Now, this one is also retiring. So, like I say, if you want this, get it while you can. Mango Melody. I don't think it's going to come back, honestly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the Mango Melody people. It just wasn't a color of mine, and it was a base color. Mind you, I say that, and I remember when we had, oh, what was that color? And it came back a couple of times. What color was it? It's a blue, or like aqua sort of type blue, and it came back a couple of times too. So this is the kindness part. So it's just for you. So let me just go over here and put that on there. It's not Blueberry Bliss. It's Blueberry Bushel. It's the color that's coming. It's a very, very vibrant blue. I do have some of that paper, and I have the ink pad. And then we're just going to put that in white embossing powder. But I'm going to tell you, I already did that ahead of time so that you don't have to watch me emboss. So we're going to start putting this together. And like I say, this is just something that I can hand out on the cruise ship. So I'm going to put this on here. We're going to put this on. Remember, I put the backing on there. And we'll get this all tied in together. So I am going to do lots of popping up. I do not know why I've got a little piece there. You know what? I think I can come in with this eraser and maybe get that off. There we go. So, and Misty Moonlight, we kind of had a feeling about that one coming back too. So, and yeah, that's a beautiful color as well. Did you know that Night of Navy, Old Olive, Garden Green, Real Red, what other colors have been around forever and, well, been around right from the very, very beginning? Real Red, Old Olive, Garden Green. I'm just looking at my colors here. Basic Gray was another one that's been around. Yeah. And of course our blacks and that. All right, so this is going to go here. And you know what? I'm just going to kind of take this and, oh, fresh freesia. Anyways, it's all good. We're all going to be happy at some point, right? But yeah, that was shocking that that color came back before our Evening Evergreen or our Soft Succulent. But 'tis what it is. So. But we do, it is exciting, the new colors that are around. So like I say, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. And this part here, I think I'm going to have it come up like this. And then I can have this go down here. Yeah. And I think I'll come and put just a little dimensional on there. Yeah, very exciting time. Yeah, Blueberry Bushel. When we saw the sneak peek kind of on Monday, that's one color I saw. And what's that other one? Oh, good heavens, how come I can't think of it? Berry Burst is another one that's coming around. Seems like I've been here forever and ever and ever, and it I think I've got one of each one of the colors. Now I was thinking of either doing this kind of you know what, this might be a nicer one to do. And I think I'll try tying it in a bow. This one's kind of funny ribbon. This ribbon is coming back. It's going to be in there. This one is going to be in the catalog. And so is this one. So that's fun. Yeah, you know, I think this would be really, really nice to give. And I know our gratuities are included, but it's always nice to give like a cabin person and somebody that does certain things for you all the time. It's kind of nice to give them something a little bit extra. I don't know if that's normal because I've never cruised before. So Betty, maybe you can let me know about that. Like I say, I've never cruised. So this is all new to me. So let's get this. I just have to pull this down a little bit. It's funny ribbon. It's got a funny feel to it. So if you've got if you have gardening hands, it's kind of that kind of a ribbon that cracks and everything. What was one of your colors, eh? Not mine, Marilyn. No. So you know what? I can put that there. I might even put that down there because if I'm putting that up there, yeah. This is a nice thing to give to somebody. I think it's a nice thing to give to them. Oh, one thing I'm very excited about, and I didn't buy it, and I was waiting for this catalog to come out, was that taco one. I think it's so cute. I've got some amazing swaps from it, so I wanted to do that. So this will go on like this. Whoops. That, and let's go ahead and put this one under there. And I'm just going to kind of put a dimensional, not kind of put a dimensional. I am going to put a dimensional on there. But I'm going to hide that hole. Yeah, and there's even, yeah, ribbons coming back are kind of unusual, but always a welcome thing. You know what? I can slip that under there. There we go. Oops, we want to get that down and tack down. So I used the tear and tape. So let me just go with this. So like I say, I can put just a little note that says, thanks for all that you do, or something like that. I love this blue and mint macaron together. So it's going to be a sad. Then these are the opaque adhesive back gems. I'm going to use some of the white ones, but they're retiring. So ask me how I remember these things. I really don't know. Anyways, just going to go ahead and put this. And let's put another one down here. Or maybe, no, we don't want to put anything that's going to interfere with that up there. So there's my mystery envelope. So there you go, Pam. There's your envelope. Right. Okay. So I am on the right page of what to give them. So, and I don't know, I think I don't know, new to cruising, but I want to be at least where I'm not so ignorant to it. And also if you're going on different excursions too, it'd be kind of nice to give some stuff to the different excursions and that sort of stuff. So anyways, that's going to be where I am going to, and you know what? I think you can even get a gift card in there, but a gift card is kind of silly to give to anybody on a cruise ship. Because if they're from a different country, right? I know there's Canadians on there on the ships and that sort of stuff. Where did that gift card go to? Too much stuff here. All right, but a gift card will fit in there as well. But I hope you enjoyed that. So now what I want to do is I want to see, taken with teal. You know what? That won't come back. But there's some colors that kind of look an awful lot like that. Let's see what else we got here. People give extra money to cabin stewards. That's the ones I'm thinking about. I have excursion costs because my daily challenge, so I need help sometimes. Right. Well, I tell you, my son is going on one of the excursions that I wish I could go on, but I'm going to have to live through his eyes because I don't think I'd be able to move for a week afterwards. And considering going onto the plane and onto sailing for 1 week, honestly, it's something that I think that I'm going to have to forego. In any event, don't forget, this is the final one that you can get in on your mystery and your sketch challenge, because I give away either a tutorial if you live outside of Canada, or I give away a stamp set normally. And I've got lots of stamp sets to give away now that I've got brand new stamp sets that I've never used. Anyways, I hope you like that. So come back tomorrow. It'll be at 6:30 Pacific time. That's when I'm going to do my Now What series. I do know what I'm using, so I will let you know just before I do go live tomorrow what I'm using, just to give you an idea of how to use different things. And honestly, if you want something, I say get it now to avoid disappointment. Unless you're one of those lucky ones that you'll get something from different people when they retire. I'm working on my mystery boxes, and let me tell you, I didn't keep my bundles together, which is really sad. So that's what's taking me a little bit of time, is making sure that there's at least one bundle per box. I've got all my punches together. I've got embellishments. I've got ribbon. I've got paper. So I'm just the final process of doing the bundles. So that's going to be fun. In any event, you guys have a great evening, and we will talk to you tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific. Bye for now.